Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about cloning. There's two different ways to do it. We can use what's called the healing brush or the rubber stamp. A healing brush looks like a Band-Aid. Clones value and only, value and color only. Rubber stamp tool literally clones entire pixels. So, and there's different tools nested within each. So I'm going to start with a healing healing stamp, I'm sorry, and show you how this works. It actually calls it the healing brush tool, and there's several. I'm going to start with what's called the spot healing brush. So watch what this does. It works off brush size, just like before. I can make the brush larger or smaller with my bracket buttons. I can make it a hard edge brush or a soft edge brush, just like before with several other things I've shown you. I'm going to leave it on a soft brush. And the way this spot healing brush works is you just move your circle over a spot, literally like this white spot right there. If I don't like it, I just click it. And it disappears. And what happens is you're letting Photoshop choose a surrounding location to clone from. So it's doing it for you automatically. Like, so if I click right here, it'll fix that spot. If I click here, it'll fix that one. This is limited though. You can't fix everything with it. You know, it doesn't help fix major damage very well, or like long scratches. It won't work very good for that either. But things like this on this jacket, perfect. The spot right there, almost too big. See how it left a little bit of residue? I'm going to undo that one. Should be okay with this spot here. So that's called the spot healing brush. Now, if I want a little bit more control, I can use the regular healing brush. It lets me define where I want to clone from. So I want to fix this large spot here. I can define a location around it by holding down my Option key. On Windows, by holding down the Alt key, you hold the button down and click, then move your cursor over the area and click again, and it covers it. See how much more definitive it is? Like over here, I want to fix that spot there. Hold my Option or my Alt button down next to it, move it over it, and cover it. So it's a real nice way to clone and preserve texture. And you're going to see in a minute when we use this rubber stamp tool, it's easy to lose control of the rubber stamp tool because it has a tendency to I'm going to make a softer brush here. If you use the rubber stamp tool, it has a tendency to create new patterns if you're not careful. So I'm just healing up these spots. What I like to do really is a combination of the two. We'll see how that works in a minute. But I'm going to use the healing brush here to fix this spot in his hair. So I don't disregard this black that you see floating around my cursor. It's remembering what I used before up here. But let's say I want to fix that spot on his hair right there. I'm going to move my cursor kind of to the left of that. Hold down the Option button or Alt, click to define the spot and move it over. See how the texture is moving with my brush? The texture is moving with it. And it's going to match that texture to the value that's right there. Pretty good. I can even hit it again if I need to. Okay. Got a spot in the hair right up there. It'll be a little bit trickier, but I'm going to Option click here, cover it right there. Now that might be something I might want to use a regular clone stamp for too. You got to be careful. You don't want to create duplicates of things, but you can use this healing brush to really fix a lot of stuff. See how I did that? I can take from over here, if I like that ripple in the hair, right, let's say even down here, like those lines in the hair, I can take that texture and stamp it and apply that texture up here, and it matches the value to where I'm dropping it. So the value where I'm going to drop this is a lot brighter. But I literally picked that texture up, those lines from his hair up, moving them over, and I'm going to stamp them right there. See how I dropped those lines right there? So that's what this healing brush does. If you like the texture in one spot, if I like the streaks in the hair right here, let's say right in here, take those streaks and move them right over the top of that white spot right there, and it should match the values. So it's a nice way to clone and not make it look murky or blurry. It's easy to get. I can even take a texture from like right here, place it over those white spots right there. Okay, it's a good way to move texture around and again, not let it look blurry. The rubber stamp tool, which we'll see in a minute, it's a great way to fix things, but it's also easy to get things looking blurry if you're not careful. So this is called the healing brush. One more example here. I'm going to just cover up over a little bit of, I like this texture from the background here. I'm going to take that and use it to cover over that spot right there. But what's nice about it, you can go from a pretty dark area, like if you like the texture in this dark area over here better, a lot of texture there, stamp from there, move that texture over here, and it does its best to try to match this value in the new location with the texture from the old location. So see that? I'm taking that texture that was dark, putting it in a lighter spot. When I drop it, it comes up being lighter over here. So it's really pretty nice. Okay, next we will do rubber stamp.